Hello everyone, this is Sanadis and welcome to another unused content video. So after digging around with the unused content in Bloodborne, I decided to take a small break and check out some stuff in Demon's Souls. I wanted to try some model swapping and viewing weapons in 3ds Max and stuff, but what actually caught my attention is that I have found some enemy/NPC models that no one has ever shown or talked about before that were in the files of Demon's Souls. So without further ado, let me show you what I have found. Now first, these models have proper skeletons on them and they do have animation files, although I tried to see if I can see the animations in Havoc's tools just like Dark Souls 3, but there were a lot of problems because of the difference of Indianness of console files and PC files. I was able to successfully convert the skeleton files, but the actual animations I wasn't able to convert or load them. I also tried loading these characters in game, but the game crashes as soon as I load them. So the only way we can currently see them is by using 3ds Max and using Zaramot's tool to import them into 3D Max. So the first character model we have is a greenish ghostly figure that has two different variations. The first variation is holding a sword and a shield. Now the shield is actually the wooden shield from Demon's Souls with the ghost texture applied to it, but the thing that I couldn't recognize was the sword. Now, there are actually proper textures found for the sword, but in the files of the other model which we will be talking about in a bit. So what is special with the sword is that it has a triangular pommel at the top of the sword, and I saw all of the swords in Demon's Souls, but I couldn't find anything that resembles this sword. So I thought that maybe it is from a different game, as we have the Ninja Blade Hydra model in the files, and also one other super surprising thing in the files is the Mark II Lancer assault rifle weapon, which is from Gears of War, which is found within the weapon models in the game and it can actually be loaded in the game. And when I apply the proper textures to the model, it is the exact model of the Lancer assault rifle. Now, the weird thing is that Demon's Souls was a PlayStation 3 exclusive and Gears of War is actually an Xbox exclusive, so like, what the hell was From Software thinking when they put this? So, going back to the sword, I tried looking up multiple medieval games like Oblivion or Fable, but I couldn't find anything, so if you recognize this sword, make sure you tell me in the comments, and just a little something as a helping hand, if it is indeed from a different game, the game would be released before 2009, which is when Demon's Souls was first released. Now, the other variation for this character is wielding a bow, and again I couldn't actually recognize the bow until I searched through the unused broken archstone enemies, and I found that the unused serpent soldiers actually use the exact same bow, and the textures for this bow works 100% for the bow that the ghost wields. Now, I also searched through the MSB files of Demon's Souls, which shows which area the enemies are loaded in and stuff, and there was no mention of these ghosts. So we can't really know if they just used them for testing or if they were meant to appear somewhere in the game but they decided to remove them. So the next character model is one that I feel fits the theme of Demon's Souls, yet I still couldn't find anything related to it, which is this knight model. Now, this armor looks super duper cool in my opinion, as it looks like a rogue sort of armor with a little knightish twist to it. Now, this guy holds the wooden shield and the same mysterious sword that the ghosts wield. Now, if you also recognize this armor, if it is from a different game or maybe you saw it somewhere in Demon's Souls, make sure you tell me down in the comments below. Also, same as the ghosts, it has a working skeleton with a set of animations that I couldn't load, and the game also crashes when trying to load them. Now, if you didn't know already, Demon's Souls had a lot of troubled development issues, you can say, and they removed a lot of stuff from the game and removed levels, concepts, and enemies, and we still don't know some of the exact reasons on why they were removed. Now, from all of this, even though they aren't the most interesting cut content in the game, Demon's Souls was released 8 years ago and we just learned that these enemies exist in the files, and that shouldn't be too surprising, as when I found the entire Northern Limit area, the game had been released for more than 5 years at that time. So, do you think that there's still even more hidden stuff that no one knows about in Demon's Souls, Dark Souls 2, or even Dark Souls 3? Make sure you tell me your answer in the poll that will appear in the top right hand corner. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and also check out the playlist that you can see on the screen and subscribe for more Souls content. So I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.